Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ghost, and welcome to Ghost Stories. This story took place around, I want to say 9 years ago, and it was really one of the more traumatic experiences of my life, and it was a bad time. It was just hell on earth for, a solid hour, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So where this took place was kind of like this recreational area known as Apple Hill, and once a year they kind of have this ceremony, and it's kind of this fairground atmosphere. Everyone, they're selling kettle corn, carameled apples, and there's like little activities you can do, there's that little ride the pony stuff, which I was too big for, unfortunately. What made that year so different was that after downing, my usual second root beer float, I got a glimpse of this gyro swing thing that was stationed on the corner that wasn't there the previous year. This got me really excited because it was something new at Apple Hill. So I jumped in line, and then I made the mistake of committing. I was determined to be the fastest spinner in the world at that very moment. God, I was a stupid kid. Now that I'm in line, I'm anticipating my amazingness that is most definitely non-existent. So I start studying these people. I'm trying to figure out what technique to use to get the best possible spin. Now that I think about it, they probably think I was just a fucking weirdo because I was just a 10-year-old in line staring at them as I got hooked up into like this fucking gyrocopter thing. I get in there, right? It's my turn. I get strapped in. I'm motivated. I'm ready to go. And I go for it. I start spinning. As I spin, about 30 seconds into this, it was the most awesome thing. And then 3 seconds later, it became the worst thing ever. My eyes crossed by themselves. Felt like some asshole Jedi was just trying to melt my brain and was forcing my eyeballs to cross. I was anticipating a lightsaber to go straight through my skull, but that didn't happen, so I just had to endure. The previous me that was trying to, be the world record holder for spinning has now shriveled up and died. And now all that's left is this stupid kid being tossed around like a fucking Caesar salad. By the way, when this started, I was only about 45 seconds into a 2-minute ride. So I'm just hating life right now. And I'm trying to get the attention of the guy controlling this damn contraption, but when I try to say stuff, it's kind of a mixture of gagging and some form of Chinese that he just does not get a hold of. So I finally flag this guy down, and I get out of this contraption that's been having its way with me for the past, 45 seconds, and I get off and go down this little step ladder, and at this point, the world starts spinning. I started falling forward and starting to try and catch myself, and I did that running, falling forward motion thing that you get. I was getting a lot of speed out of this one. I was just making a beeline for this painted white wooden fence. For some reason they put a wooden fence right there, but it was right there, and I was making a beeline for this. I also want to add that this fence was already broken, so someone else ate shit on that fence. I was following in the footsteps of that person. Luckily, my dad was there to come and take me out of this collision course between me and the fence and plop me down on the bench. In this duration, it feels like hours, but it probably lasted, I want to say, 2-3 minutes of me just puking constantly. I know it was long enough for the owner of the ride to ask us to leave because apparently me puking my guts out in front of all of his customers wasn't drawing a lot of good business for him. So my dad ended up just dragging me 25 feet away behind this tree, and I continued to puke my guts out. And the rest of the day is just a hazy blur of vomit and extreme agony. It took me a couple years to get over this because every time we revisited Apple Hill, whenever I looked at that gyro machine, I just cringed because I just relived that psychological pain that was fucking put on me that day, and it was just a bad memory of mine. Probably one of the worst feelings I've ever had, and I'm pretty sure it took me 3 years to eat a root beer float. So the moral story is that don't do drugs, because drugs are bad. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Ghost. Goodbye.